Jumping right into an internship can set them up for success for a lifetime. And joining us with more on how to get the most out of internships is Cynthia Washington, a career advisor from Tulane School of Professional Development. Good morning.
Good morning.
How important is an internship? Because I've seen kids come in and just, make an impression and kind of set themselves up for success, and others who just sit around.
Well, that's why it's important, because you want to be that student who sets themselves up for success and doing well on the internship, making connections, learning new skills, developing your brand, and building relationships is really important.
I was teasing Nancy Parker, said, did you get an internship? And she said yes, and she got a job offer.
Yes,
as it turned out, and took a job. So it can be a first. Is it industry by industry, or is it pretty much across the industry, across the workplace?
Well, some industries, internships are really important, especially if you're in computers, IT, those sorts of things. In some industries, it's not as important, but I do recommend that all students at least try to get at least one internship, because you're building those skills.
Cynthia put together some talking points for us here of issues that can make a difference. Make connections, I think we already covered. Be intellectually curious. How do you make yourself not a pest, while at the same time being an active, almost member of the staff?
Well, the hallmark of an intellectually curious person is the type of questions that they ask. So I recommend students that they ask questions that they've prepared ahead of time, so that when they're in a meeting, or if they're in a team meeting, or if they're in a group meeting, that they already have their questions prepared so that they sound like they know what they're talking about.
Another of yours was build your professional brand. How do you build a professional brand when you're a junior or a senior in college? What does that mean?
Well, when I'm advising students at Tulane School of Professional Advancement, I advise them to make connections by introducing themselves to people within their organization, people that they have not met already. And when they meet these people, to make an effort to get to know them and learn more about what they do. That way, in the end, they can ask if they can connect with them on LinkedIn, as well as perhaps the person can be a reference for them in the future.
In a sense, is it really, depending on the industry, of course, an opportunity to, almost become a staff member, make a contribution, ask for things to do?
Absolutely. Yeah, they definitely want to ask for more things besides whatever project they're assigned to or the work that they're doing. Always ask for more, because number one, people may not even remember that you're there, number one. And number two, you definitely want to gain skills, build your knowledge, skills, and abilities. That's what an internship is for.
Get them to remember you, but in a good way.
In a good way, always. And also make sure that they send a thank you note to their employer in the end, and ask their supervisor if they would write them a recommendation letter.
All right. Cynthia Washington from Tulane.